from Wildfire lanes in Henderson. We're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. 3 at once. Girls on the left, Avery Domagin playing Sam Conti. Scratch on the right, Joey Jurenser versus Zach Grime. And on the far right, that's Caleb Rothstein taking on Emily Cheeseman for the handicap title. Should be 3 entertaining matches. A lot of personalities going on here. Joe with that max backswing and max rotation just throws an absolute tank, and he's looked good in the stepladder so far, and after the opening double he creeps up high and leaves that 7 count. Avery just came off a loss to Cheeseman in the handicap semifinal, but she was the top seed in the girls scratch at -11 for the 5 games today. And she creeps up high as well. Rothstein, the top seed, getting a pin against Emily. We asked if he'd like to decline that pin. Kind of like a mini Joe. He's got that mega high backswing as well. And a whole lot of hand at the downswing there. As you see, good tip for the youngsters as he takes all the hand out of the ball, just throws it dead flat at that 3-6-10 and covers it up. Been a lot of strikes since the semifinals started, but it's still those spares in between that make a lot of the difference, as Avery's going to miss hers early on in that match. I think there's something behind the mirrors, but they won't tell me. Well, it's lanes 0 through -17. Joey leads by 7 after that spare conversion. This is the lane that has given some of the right-handers problems, but it didn't look like it there. 10 back. First look at Samantha in a while. Also 10 back. She and Avery both have 1 girls scratch win on the season. You need 3 to get into the girls TPC at the end of the year. Bonus money all over the place, courtesy of Priority Girl magazine. Say anything, anytime you want there, Darren. Darren Fletcher is my color commentator and has said nothing so far.
Well, everyone's going pretty well right now. I mean, Dominic Agostino's unfortunate opened in the second game. But it's just too late in the match to know who wins so far.
Agreed.
The match between Zach and Joe so far looks pretty close. The only difference being is a double is so far better than a strike spare. So it's still anyone's game in every match.
There you go. Zach looking to take the lead with the double. Does not have it. He has got to be amped up so much. He's an excitable kid. This is his first career scratch singles title match. He has a scratch Baker win and 1 handicap previous title, but he has already had an absolute career day. What, you're leaving now? Thanks, Darren. 300 game 6. Make sure to watch that in a separate YouTube video. Almost shot 800 for the semis. Was 1 hit away at the 10th from doing so. First time leading a scratch singles event as a result of that. But even when he was stringing the strikes, he had some unfortunate missed spares. He lost against TJ Rock in the semis, 247, 246, because he missed a spare. There is a puddle of oil in the middle still, and you've really got to help those left side spares get across the lane, or they just will not hook at all. And that open frame hands a big opportunity over to Joe, and that's the kind of bowler you don't want to give a big opportunity to. He will crush you. He's done it all through his career for 9 JBT titles. Looking to become the 40-something odd bowler to earn 10. This is late in the day for power players to be playing that straight and that far right. It shows you there was a heavy volume on the lanes today. Sorrell was virtually pointing the ball. It was a weak ball, but he was still sort of pointing it. Rothstein just barely converted a 10-pin earlier, and Joey Jr. says, stay calm, stay down, stay good. Good to see Emily back on the show. She has been struggling big time the last month or 2 and has obviously popped out of it here. Great when bowlers stick to it, work hard, and reap the dividends. She only gets 5 off that. Wow, the same thing that Zach does. Joe follows it up with the exact same error, and instead of stomping all over Crime, they trade opens, and it's only an 11-pin lead for Jackson. Wow. Unexpected, that one. Emily misses her spare. That's her 3rd open in 5 frames, all of them coming on that right-hand lane. She's going to have to regroup or Caleb's going to run away with it. Conti with that outstanding film. Wow, that's a good looking shot there. The crowd approves.
Woo.
Most of the crowd approves. Nice shot from Emily over there to recover. She's got to learn to hit that right-hand lane. We know she can. She thought it was a 240 scratch the last game. Sorrell said perfect. It was. Sorrell's still giving the stink eye to lane 15. It was his undoing earlier in the stepladder today. Conti for the double, for the triple, for the 4-bagger. And, oh, yeah, rolls them both out. Swishing 7-10 to Hambone in only 2.5 seconds. Nicely done. Pretty shot from Grime. What a story for Zach. He shot his first 300 even in practice since the last time we've seen him. We gave him a little bit of razz about being excited about that, you know, whatever, a practice 300, but we also know that he was going to get one soon. We just didn't realize it would be about 4 hours after we razzed him. As he leveled not just 12 back in that 300, but had the front 5 the next game as well. Dream day, but can he finish it off? Good job, man. There's the strike. 7 took its time to fall, but it's a 1-pin game. Rothstein caught a double in the 5th and 6th, so he is way in command. And Conti with that, Hambone way in command as well. Avery had the lead for parts during the day. Still outstanding form that we're so familiar with. It's easy to be blasé about the things that some of our girls, and all of our bowlers, but really especially our girls, do at such young ages. Their form is so good, and their knowledge level, Jake Peters and I were talking about that today, is so high, so early. They're fearless of patterns. As you see, Joe tried to really muscle that. He wants to stay in the same zone, but to do that, he's got to really just give it his all to get that down the lane at that spot, and that through the break instead of crunching through the pins. Wow! Rothstein thought he had 10 back and almost 8-10 before Messenger nearly took them both out. Thanks to Christy Carter and the crew here at Wildfire for hosting us. Christy, a good friend of Kyle King. Whoops, and Joe again misses a left side spare. See, even with his power, that ball just hydroplanes once it hits the middle of the lane. You'll have to look on our website for the exact name of the pattern. It's like a Japan Cup from 5 years ago. High volume, middle length, middle ratio is really what we were looking for. Definitely scoreable, plus 50 scratch cut. And then when we got down to 2 and a pair in match play, the bowlers just found their groove and lit it up. But now it looks like some carry down issues. A lot of urethane on the lanes today. That leads to a lot of carry down. They talk about that on the pro show all the time. The urethane balls carry the oil down while the reactive balls absorb it. Big shot for Joey to recover here. What looked so promising is now trouble. Looks like he's got their left lane down though. He's got room for 213. Grime going at a 203 pace, so still anybody's game, as Darren said before he left. Conti just looks wonderful over there. Emily's caught a double. Can she make it 3? Almost everybody's misses are light right now. That's that oil pushing down. And yet another light hit miss. Wow. So often on these webcasts, as Avery doesn't even touch that pin, Emily does get her 5. So often when we reach the title matches, we're dealing with totally burnout lanes, people lofting the caps, 5th, 6th, 7th arrow, because we don't re-oil throughout the day. Different story today. Very unusual that we're dealing with carry down conditions this late in the tournament. Can Zach get it over there? Barely does. So through 7 frames, Grime has himself a 9-pin lead. But Joey's got the strike working. It's going to come down to who's performing best in the 9th and the 10th. Avery's got her spare, but Samantha's almost got her shut out already. Big shot for Mini Joe. Ah, 10 back. Caleb's got 2 career titles. He knows how to win. Emily's got 1 title under her belt, so everybody here is a bunch of winners. Zach's got them all in the 9th and is pumped up as he should be. Let's see here. There's Avery's best shot. Yeah. Her reaction tells the whole story. Rothstein up in the 9th. Absolutely dices it. Great shot, Caleb. Joey to tie it up, which would also give him a big advantage being on the double. If he can strike here and 2 in the 10th, he shuts out Grime. First things first, what can he do in this lane? Still doesn't get that ball to face up and go through the pins the right way. Conversion, he'll trail by 9, and now big advantage to Grime. The 9 pins and the strike working. Tie possibilities all over the place. And same exact thing. Boy, between these 3 matches, I remember Joe's 3-6-10. Every other miss has been light, and they have missed a lot of the spares they left as a result, and they have all been makeables. Interesting lesson here at Wildfire. Emily's throwing in the towel here in the 10th. She's finishing the string, but hey, light years better than we've seen out of her in the last couple of performances. We accidentally left a letter off her name, so she became Emily Heisman, and then every time she missed the cut, we took another letter off, and she was going to be the bowler formerly known as Emily in a couple more tournaments, but she has turned it all around, and we're happy for her here, even though she's not going to be happy with runner-up. As she says, there it was. So the most successful bowler right now is Samantha, and she's having most success because she's pointing it, so she's using the carry down to her favor to give her nearly limitless tug. Giant shot for Joe in the 10th. Get over there, my goodness gracious. Joe and Sorrell should have a messenger off at some point. They sling pins across the lane as much as any top level player to any age, and they're fun to watch when they get those messengers going. That was a mandatory one for them. That one forces Zach to mark. This one would force a high fill. And all 3 in the 10th would force Zach to get the first hit. So 2 giant shots coming up for Joey. Zach thinking about it.
Shot Avery.
Can't put a ball 60 feet down the lane any better than that. Crushes that rack, and now for the giant, and I mean giant, fill ball. If he gets 9 on this, he's 192, which would mean Zach would spare strike to tie. Emily finished at 166. Caleb's in the 220s already scratch. He is going to win his 3rd career title. Make it 230 scratch. Samantha just going for some high game points with the potential 260 over there. And the match that is heavily in question are the big guys. Huge fill ball puts all the pressure back on Grime. This boy practices constantly. He loves the game. He's excited about JBTs. He is 1 shot away from completing a dream day. Great day no matter what. For all the marbles on this ball. Got the light hits.
There we go.
Well, look out, Facebook. There's about to be a posterama as Sam keeps striking, by the way. 260 with one more. 50 bucks for her from Prior to Girl. Avery jogs off with 25. And she got her sushi rolls earlier that nobody else did. So Zach has to stay behind the foul line. There's the title. Good enough. 300, 780 something. And scratch singles title number 1. He just did the math. How about that?
You're not 96 or 97.
258 for Samantha. They're hugging it out. He is, I think he's in shock.
Just like the invite.
It is hard to get this guy speechless, but we might have a moment of it here for once. Enjoy it while you can. Great stuff from all 6 of our finalists on camera. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow for more fun here at Wildfire.